tell you, that was fucking crazy. I says, I can't remember. I said all kind of shit. I says, you better thank my American God that there is distance between us, because I would jump on a plane and hunt you down like a dog.
All right, this is Krazy Jack. This is my film. I live in Monongahela, a small town 30 miles south of Pittsburgh. Man in his bar. We're standing out at one of my hangouts from 1985 to 1989, and this is 2009, so that's 20-something years. Excuse my math. I'm 49 years old now. Ooh, older than dirt. Do I look it? I feel like Willie Nelson. No, I know I don't look it. Thank God I don't feel it, you know. There is fucking bear! Ow! See, the reason why I wear this stuff is one thing that I know. One thing that I know, if I'm not good at nothing else, I know that I am good at sticking out like a sore thumb. Okay? When we used to have cake parties in the woods, I was always a fat kid climbing over the fence that the cop always used to, you know? And I stick out like a sore thumb then, and I stick out like a sore thumb now. Yeah, the hat lights up too. I needed this back at Spring Festival. I needed this to find my way around. I didn't actually get these lights until about a year later. Family Dollar, but it goes like that, and I figure I find my way around in the dark like this. You know, this will help me out at the shows. I do plan on going to some more shows somewhere along the line. I had to quit because I was a welder for 2 years. But I'm back in the game now. I was so happy when I first got that job. That's the pillowcase is actually what that is, you know. I was going to hang it up on a wall like a poster, and then I decided to tack them to a chair out here. I was like, yeah, man, I'm so proud of myself. Going from a janitor to a welder, that's a big step, you know. Wish I was still doing it. It goes up to 250 amps, and I think I can probably weld about maybe an inch thick with this here, you know. Thing about it is the insides of it are going bad. The handle won't stay in place. I tie a coat hanger around the handle to keep it to keep it in place. You know, there's a hood with an automatic fucking darkening lens. That lens was actually about $120. You know. That's basically it in here. I was going to fire it up, but there's all kind of fucking there's fumes in here, and I don't want to. I'm a little scared. Yeah, sorry, we got color tonight, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to my hippie house. Hit the lights. It's party time. I moved in here August of 1999. It was maybe a month or so after my mom died. There's my mom. God bless her heart. She died Memorial Day 1999. It's a good thing she didn't suffer. She had cancer in her intestines, you know, and she actually went in the hospital for bad circulation in her legs, and they discovered it. But she went in the hospital, and she was only in there 2 months, and she passed away. But boy, I tell you what, there ain't a day goes by I don't think about her. That's my oldest brother, Larry, on top there. Okay, you can see that's the one with the Buddy Holly glasses, you know. This is my other brother, Bob, that lives in Hartford, Connecticut, okay. And he worked for the state of Connecticut teaching handicapped people sign language and stuff like that. My nephew Larry is up on top there. And then my nephew John, okay, lives out in Bentleyville, and he works over Duckmate. Sam. Hello? Hello? I'll call him back, see what he wanted. Peace, love, and brotherhood. That's been on the door for a long time, about 5-6 years. Pretty much describes it the way I live, too. This is about the second time I redid these walls like this. I had a girl living with me for about 6 months or a year, and we didn't get along, and I had to move her out. She had a little boy, and you know, I was actually a family man for about 6 months or so. But some stuff happened. Well, she made me when she first moved in, she said, "Oh, all these posters, they're going to think it's a dope house," you know. And so I had to take down all my posters and stuff like that, you know. And I was patching the walls with, you know, little patch and stuff. And then when I had to move her out, you know, I started looking at all these blank walls with all these white spots on them. I'm like, I got to do something with this. So I started buying posters down, T-shirts places and stuff down Pittsburgh, put it all back up, you know. I graduated 1979 from Ringgold High School. We were the last class to graduate, okay, from that old school over there. It's now MEC. It's a grade school. Come on in. Okay, let's see. Now, I mean, it's clutter, you know what I mean? I love tie-dyes. I collect tie-dyes. This one here, let's see. It's what I do when I'm getting ready to go out to the bar. This one here is one of my first Dead shows, 1990. 1990. You know, because I used to like to freak them guys out I worked with. You know, buy shirts with sayings on them and stuff. Most of these here are my summertime shirts with sleeves cut off, and you know, it's like cutting grass and doing stuff. You know, I just, you know, put them on, go cut a couple of yards, and do something. Well, to be totally honest with you, I can't really remember where I got that poster. I actually think that was when I was a janitor, and it was some kind of advertisement for something. We used to clean a lot of places when I was a janitor. This one made like magazine ads. They used to do artwork for magazine ads. Graphic Arts in Pittsburgh. And I think that's where I actually got that poster. They were throwing it away, you know. But it always reminded me of like power, lightning bolt, you know, a lightning bolt in somebody's hand, you know, something like that. Broke his motherfucker. I broke his motherfucker about 3 or 4 months ago. And it's been like this. Okay. I guess you would call this a loft. It's a little shaky, rickety, but it will hold you. And this place here is a wreck. Okay? I always figured that if somebody was over the house, they was drinking too much or something like that, or like say if my brother came from out of state and he didn't stay with one of my other relatives, that I could always put him up here, you know? But nobody's ever really slept up here. I think I was fooling around with a couple of girls one time when we came up here, you know? That's about it, okay? And this is my CD collection. These racks hold 300 apiece, okay? These are my ticket boards, my concert ticket boards. And this one here is my oldest, okay? I have concerts here from back when I was in high school. I have 300 vinyl records upstairs in a box. Blows Against the Empire, okay? This is like right when they first became Jefferson Starship. I'm not really sure if like somebody left the band or was in the band. Like, woo baby, come on with the cover. Okay. This particular album, Jerry Garcia plays with them on here. Jefferson Starship. Paul Cantor, Grace Slick, Jerry Garcia, Bill Kreutzmann, Mickey Hart, Joey something or other, Jack Cassidy, David Crosby plays with them on here. You know, there's like all kinds. I have this album on CD too. This is a baby monitor, okay? I think I found it in a box out in somebody's garbage. I'm a pack rat. If I see a little stand or something, I bring it home. But the receiver to this is buried out in front of the house, and I got the thing here, and like it's just for sound. Like I can tell if somebody's knocking on the door, or like if a car pulls up in the driveway, you can hear the motor of the car. You know, it's just another thing for security. It's just like, you know, I use it because I want to know who's knocking on my door. You know. Yeah. Newports, and Yukon Jack, and Budweiser beer. Here it is, Saturday Night Fever in 2009. Here's to you, partner. I was in class, okay, and I did some acid, okay. And I was in class. I had to leave school. I can't remember exactly what class it was in. It might have been math. I'm not really sure. But there was this green caterpillar. I kept seeing this green caterpillar. This is hallucinations. I kept seeing this green caterpillar up on the wall, like by the blackboard, by where the teacher was. And he's, you know, writing on the blackboard, explaining stuff, and you know. And the next thing I notice is the caterpillar is right under his nose and it's moving around, you know. And I was like, oh my God, you know. I got up, I says, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I walked out of class and never went back that day, you know. I had a bad trip one time, okay. This was actually at Springfest, okay. I went and I bought this bag of mushrooms off of this dude, and I ate them all. I'd say maybe a couple of hours after I ate them, you know, I got the barfing thing, which is a good thing because when you do mushrooms, they're good. When you barf, man, they are really good. You know, and I got this thing where I was barfing 4 or 5 times. I was running behind trees and stuff, barfing because there was so many pretty women there, like all running around tube tops and hippie dresses and shit. I didn't want them to see me barfing, so I was barfing behind trees. Well, sometime at night, I started getting like really, really high, you know. And I was sitting behind this tree, man, like confessing my sins to this fucking tree. I was like, oh God, I'll never do this again. Somehow or another, I come down off the bad trip. And don't you know, I went back to that fucking dude and I bought another bag of mushrooms later on that night. I kind of leveled off, you know, after a while, you know. I thought I was going to stay that way in a state of mind, you know, and like, oof, you know, like high forever, you know. It's nice to be high for a little while, but high forever, you know, that's when you need to go to the rubber room just a tad. Don't you love the jacket? Absolutely. It's my David Crosby jacket. I think I actually had found true love a couple of times, and I should have hung on. But true love is something to where it's just like my folks. My folks were married for 40 years. Okay, 40 years, you know. And my dad never cheated on my mother, and he died in 1996. And my mom died in 1999, okay? And like even that little span of time there where my mom had, you know, was without my dad, she never even thought of another man or anything. I would say that I'm kind of old school in that, you know, that like I've never been married, and to get married would be a big step for me. I would have I would actually have to date a girl for at least 4 or 5 years before I married her, because stuff always goes wrong and we always end up breaking up, you know. And divorces nowadays, you know, it's like people changing socks, you know. And especially like I don't even know about kids because I'm 49 and I'm kind of old to be having kids, but actually I think my dad was in his early 40s when he had me. You know, that's why, like, my parents were old when I was a teenager. I mean, I just come home from junior high one day and there's my dad with gray hair, you know. If I hit the lottery and got $1 million somehow, I would try my best to take care of business, take care of myself first, okay? And then I would start splurging out to take care of some of my closest friends, you know. And I might, you know, donate some things to charity and that, because yeah, I've fallen on hard times at different times in my life, and I know a lot of people that are on hard times right now, you know. And I guess that's it, you know.
I can't hear the song for the same, and I can't tell my pillow from a stone.